What's up, guys? Welcome back. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys live once again here tonight. Episode 3 of the FTR Weekly Podcast. We are heading into Daytona. Once again, I got Billy in the booth. What's up, Billy?
Hey, what's up, Eagles?
Not too much. I'm really excited. We got a couple guests in the booth with us. What is up, War?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I'm excited, man. And
Yeah, me
one more.
too.
Yeah, one more guest with us tonight, Mrs. FTR. What is up? Not too much, so I'm really excited. We have a couple things we got to look back on this previous week. We just had our A, B, and C league dual races, and we had a ton of great races. We had 2 dual races in the C, B, and the A. What's your guys' takes on that? We're going to start with Billy. What's your take on the me and you broadcasted the B and the C. What's your takes on the B and the C's season opener?
Oh man, I thought it was a blast. I mean, we had a lot of new faces in this week. A lot of these guys in this C group, we didn't know anything about, right? So, we opened up our C league, this season. We added it, and we had a lot of drivers. I think we had 16, 17 drivers, I think, show up. So yeah, it was awesome. I mean, we started with qualifying. We did our 4% qualifying, let these guys qualify their way in, and then we set the field. And we've seen some good action this week in that race. I was very, very, very pleased. I mean, we had our ups and downs, but it's a given. A lot of these guys, these new faces, everybody running with each other. They just kind of got to get familiar with each other, and I think this coming Sunday, I think these guys are going to put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, I agree, man. I've been watching this. Talk about newcomers. It's in a little town, number 11 car. Man, this guy's fast. C League keeps a good straight line. You can tell this guy's coming, man. Big Rig, he picked up one of the dual wins. I think he's a real fast guy. A lot of up-and-coming faces, man, we've really got to watch for.
Definitely. There's a ton of guys, like you said, there's a bunch of up-and-comers in the lower series, and that's just one of the series. We also have, me and Billy broadcasted the B-League as well, where the starting lineup was set there as well, so a couple races to look back on, but before we do that, we also have Billy's wife in the booth, like I mentioned earlier. Billy wanted to do a segment of Racer's Wife. So, Mrs. FTR, how is it like being the wife of co-owner or owner, Billy?
Well, sometimes it's great when he has all this to keep him busy. I can do my own thing, have time to myself, but sometimes, I'd like to see him other than during the races.
Yeah. Most of us, you might think of me or War or Heavy, a couple good friends of Billy. Maybe we're his wife, his virtual wife.
My wife knows your all's name. She aggravates me all the time. She says, "Is that Billy? Where's Eagles at? Where's Stewart's?" So she knows the guys' names,
Yeah.
man. I do spend some time in here, but she likes me at home racing here than being down at the actual track. I do get to spend more time, and I still get to race. So it's great.
Safer though,
Much,
when you get on the racetrack.
yes,
But
But on the racetrack.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I went through, I had a pretty extensive racing career there for a long time, and she always used to tell me, she's like, you need to quit before you get hurt, and I kind of took that to heart. I told her, I was like, we win one more championship, I said, I'll hang it up, and I did that. Was fortunate to win the championship again, and I ended that.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. And it was awesome. It's a good way to end out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And this, man, we may be on a PlayStation, but when I'm locked in and racing, I'm still getting that same adrenaline. I'm still getting that same rush as if I was out here spending thousands of dollars on a race car, man. I have just as much fun racing with you guys every week, looking forward to the races. I have a thrill with it, man, and keeps me out of trouble. So I love it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for real.
I
So
did.
I just got word that they're saying that they cannot hear Miss FTR in YouTube land for some reason.
Hmm.
You have to make sure her voice is on always allow. If it's not on always allow, then shoot, you won't be able to hear.
All right, how do I do that?
Go to on her account. Go to party settings. And it should say allow your voice to be shared.
Oh, they couldn't hear me.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so we're gonna try that question again. That way, all the viewers can
Okay.
listen in here.
Okay, so Mrs. FTR, Billy wanted to do a segment on Racer's wife. So how is it? How is it being the wife of Billy?
Well, there's two sides. One side of it is, I have a lot of time to myself and I can do what I need to do. And then the other side is sometimes I'd like for him to be in the house and be present in a conversation and not in the chat talking about what we're going to do next race. I tell him all the time, just put your phone down for just a few minutes.
I seen you posted a picture of Billy the other day on Facebook, and he was all cleaned up, button up shirt, and he was looking at his phone. And my first thought was, I wonder if he's watching our league race.
Do you know that that was our anniversary dinner at Ruth Chris at the casino and he's in his phone?
Yep. Hey,
Oh man.
I'm
But
guilty myself.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm always guilty of it.
Well, something else I did want to ask Mrs. FTR. Billy is not the only family member racing, so now you have your daughter as well racing on the game. What's your take on that?
well, she's not as nice as her daddy and she's pretty outspoken, so I'm kind of excited for her to get in there with the guys and show them what she can do.
She has a lot of potential. Billy got her on racing the one night. I'm sure Billy can explain that, how quickly she's picking it up.
Yeah, I was out there when she was on there. She's like, just let me drive for a second and let me try. And he was looking at me and he's like, she can do this. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Now we got to buy more stuff.
And she can. The first race I ran with her, she came home second. So, yes, better watch out because she will be getting the flags.
Yeah. She's excited. She's really excited.
Yeah, she, like Billy said, she picked it up pretty quickly. She has a lot of potential. Billy, what's your take on your daughter racing in, FTR now?
Oh man, I'm excited. I mean, like Crystal said, we were out here and she'd been watching me and she's like, hey, let me try this. I was like, okay, that's cool. So I just let her sit down in the rig and she grabbed the wheel and took off and I was like, oh boy. I was like, we might have another racer right here, and she kind of bought into it and you know, I'm not the best guy on the game, but I got a pretty good bit of knowledge and I think I can learn her a few tricks and get her pointed in the right direction with some good setups, and hopefully she'll be competitive this season. I told her, I was like, just be open-minded. You're new in the league, you're new to racing, you've only been on the game for about 3 weeks. I was like, things are going to go your way, and then things are not going to go your way. It's just how you rebound when things don't go your way is what makes you a better racer.
Most
So
definitely.
that's just the biggest thing, is just teaching patience and how to rebound from mistakes, and I think she'll do well. I don't have a whole lot of expectation, so especially for the first year, but I think she'll hold her own, and just super proud to have her on board with us and enjoy, just let her have fun and enjoy, getting to know all you guys, friends, and just have a good time.
Definitely, and that does kind of lead us into our next topic with looking back on the races this past week, with the duels. She's starting off in the C League and she finished second in her duel. She is starting fourth, I think. So it's a really good, it's a good way to start off the season. Finishing second. You always have high expectations going into a race, and for her to come in and finish second, that's really big. You know, she's going to be starting
Huge.
inside the top five. So that just kind of leads us into our next topic with some of her competitors. Starting off with the C League, starting in the front rows, the 11 of, like War said, in a little town, and the 7 of Big Rig, both getting their wins in both the duels they were in. They're going to be starting on the front row. What's your guys' take on the? Well, we kind of already talked about the C race, but what's your take for the C League going into their first points race this week?
Oh man,
Man,
I tell you, I mean, it's now. Go ahead, War.
no, I'm excited. There's a lot of guys that I've still not got to see a lot of. I've been in several of their practices. Uh, Shady's getting them boys in shape, man. Shady's getting them boys straight. I think we're going to see a lot of great racing come race day from the C group.
Yeah, and I have to agree. Shady's put in a lot of work. We give the task to Shady, say, look, hey, we want to start a C League. I need you to kind of take the reins on this, and he done a really awesome job. I mean, he went out, he did a lot of recruiting. We had some guys that moved down from B to C, and then he filled he filled the field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he went out, he did a lot of hard work, he did homework, and it's just been steadily growing. I mean, if you look right now, C League has 27 drivers right now. I mean, that's beyond belief, right? I mean, we didn't even have a C League last
Yep.
season. I mean, and for him to go out and put in the work and put in the effort and then continue the effort of trying to help these guys week in and week out. I mean, it's just like adding, practice races every night, just getting guys together, just having fun and getting used to racing with each other. And
Yep.
it's you guys know from experience, our process works. Um, if you look at a lot of guys in the B League, from where they started to where they are now, it's practice.
Yep.
Practicing with guys that's a little bit better than you, that kind of mentor you to the next level, and we've
And
done a great job of that.
and like you said, it's a process, man. It's a process that's been proven, man. We've been there. The B guys has been there. Now the C guys is there. It's all you take one season running an FTR, man. You're going to be a completely different racer than you was before, man.
Yeah, exactly. And it says a lot about all our guys. All the dedication that we have. Guys that's willing at the upper level, being good enough and willing to help the guys that's on a little bit lower level coming in, just learning and getting those guys up to speed. It's just awesome. You know what I mean? It's a great feeling.
And that's another thing I've noticed about FTR, man. Through the week, man, we're family. If a guy below you or a guy above you asks needing for help or needing would even ask for your personal setup, man, any of these guys in here will give you the same setup. Then you just got to beat them with driving. But
That's it.
there is nobody that won't extend a hand and help. But come Sunday, Sunday or Wednesdays, then it's business. It's we're racers that day. But beyond that point, man, we're here to help. We're here to learn ourselves, man. So I think
Exactly.
FTR is a great place to start out. Or if you are a veteran, come run with us, man. We
Yep.
welcome all.
Exactly. Exactly.
Definitely, and that's just one series. We have all the guys that are new in the C League, but we also
Uh,
had the B League that ran last Sunday. So, like I said, me and Billy broadcasted that one as well. Um, I don't have it in front of me, so I actually forget who is starting on the front row. I'm sure one of you guys know.
yeah,
Um,
I've got it here.
yeah, what's your guys' take on the B League? Because these guys are veterans. You look at the C League, you see a bunch of new guys trying to prove themselves. You look into B League, you see guys that have raced in FTR for 2, 3, even all 4 seasons. JD 4 seasons, Bronco 3. I think Bubba's in his second. Um, uh, some rookies, Trav. Just a couple guys off the top of my head. You got veterans, sophomores, rookies. You got guys from all over the place. So a little bit better when it comes to probably knowledge, but it's gonna be interesting to see what those guys can do as well. What's your guys' take going into their first points race?
Oh man. I don't even know where to start. I'm so proud of these guys in the B League, man. I can't even express enough. I mean, if you look back, man, in our Xfinity season, at the beginning of our Xfinity season, season two, I mean, these guys were still learning. You know, we started getting new faces, and then, by the end of that season, man, these guys they look like seasoned veterans. And coming into coming into this season, man, I've said it from day one. This is my bread and butter group. These are my guys. These are the guys that's going to advance to the next level. You know,
Oh, definitely, man. We had Blazing Guns. He won a duel on Bow
That's right.
Hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
Blazing is just crazy fast, man. Very talented driver. You can say that with 95% of the B guys. These guys, you can tell they've got the hunger, man. They've got the desire to want to get faster. B group is nothing but excitement to watch, man.
it
I
is.
love watching the B.
Something
Yeah, most
to
definitely.
add to Blazin. He's had a ton of uh, progression when it comes to his driver ability. He's put a lot of work in as well. He also doesn't have a lot of time to practice, but I want to give JD a ton of credit because we know they know each other in real life, and JD has just been coaching him and coaching him and coaching him, and I think this is going into Blazen's third year. JD introduced Blazen into FTR, and Blazen didn't have a clue what he was doing. And I think Blazen's won a couple races now, so I give
Yep.
JD a great amount of credit because he's kind of like the shady in the B League. He kind of
Yep.
keeps guys in line, and he's willing to help everybody. He's on the road all week, and you still see him in the chat. So I give JD a ton of credit when it comes to helping people,
Oh
and
yeah,
uh,
definitely, man, definitely.
Blazing too.
Yeah, most
Uh,
definitely.
and we got Bronco, man. Bronco's in the 9 this season. Bronco's another talented driver, man. I love watching. Foog's in the 19. Just some great drivers, man.
Yeah, you got some up and coming guys too. If you kind of look at the points back from from last season, we had a couple guys that didn't make the playoffs that actually came in late that would have been fourth or fifth in the playoffs
Oh,
at
definitely.
the final end of standings.
Yep.
You got Tone Touch, which has really come a long way. I look for him to do great things this season. I think he might snag a couple wins. You know, Micah, Micah Edwards, he was our B League champion. He moved up to A group this season. He's been working a lot with Tone. Um, Lug
Tone,
Nut, he's
Tone is my dark horse, man. Tone is another that you can just see the natural talent in him, man. I look for Tone to go real far this season.
yeah. If you look at a lot of guys, look at Charters end of the season with a win.
Yep.
It's the way I look at this B group is, every single week, no matter what track it is, no matter where we go, at any given Sunday, any one of these guys in this B group can win a race.
Very true.
That's how
Yes.
that's how talented these guys are. We got
Yep.
some new faces. We got Monster Ford that just came on board. We got Trav that just came on board. We got Nowinski that came back. You know, another special guy that's been through a lot the last year and a half, 2 years. Glad to see him back on the track. He's going to be joining us in the B group. That's NoCo Racing. Um, got to give a shout out to him. Glad he joined the
Yeah.
FTR
Yeah.
family.
Big shout out to Noko.
Um, want to extend our appreciation for him joining, and hopefully he gets back up to speed and he can join us in the A group because I know he's definitely A material. So yeah,
Yep.
I mean we got so much going on in our B group. It's like I said, any given Sunday, man, any one of these guys have a shot at winning. That's what makes it so fun to watch.
Yep. I've seen Hardcore Bubba putting countless hours in this week, man. That's another guy that's got the hunger and the want to get faster, and with a little
Yep,
time, he'll be right there, man.
exactly,
Something I did
exactly.
want to add to Noko is it's obviously it's really it's a good thing to see him come back and come back to racing, because like Bailey said, he's been off for a while, but he's kind of the one that started off my giggity career, just like McLovin. He picked me up for the truck series, and I ran for him for a couple races there, and won a race. He kind of just got me off my feet. Yeah, War's laughing. And
No, you're good. You're good.
yeah, and it's really good to see Noko come back. He's been through a ton,
Definitely.
and like War and Billy discussed earlier about FTR being a racing family, we did a couple charities for him. Well over, or I think next week will actually be a year. I went back and looked at the date when I broadcasted that charity race. It'll be a year
That was the Auto
this
Club race, wasn't
Sunday.
it?
Yeah, it'll be a year
Yeah, I had a
already
ball that race.
since we did that. I don't even remember who won it. I just know there was a ton of great drivers in there, and everybody came together and supported Noko. Guys from all kinds of leagues, and it just shows that not just FTR but the whole racing family is
Yeah, the
a
whole
real
racing
family.
community, man. We're
Yeah.
like we could reach out to GC or any other of the groups, man. We all race together, but we're all buddies and friends and family at the end, man. That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah, exactly, and it's community's growing. I mean, you got all types of leagues out here, that pretty much run every day of the week. I
Yep.
mean, you can you can find a league anywhere you want to. I see a lot of guys posting in the NASCAR heat community. They're promoting their leagues and everything, and I'm just so very proud of what FTR has become. It's because of all you guys. You guys make up FTR. I'm just a guy trying to hold the ship together. Because at the end of the day, without you guys, man, and all the racers and the fans and whatnot, if FTR wouldn't be where it is. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you, Billy. We're in this all together, man. We
Yes,
all
sir.
have fun, and that's what it's about.
Yep.
And I do wanna try to bring Mrs. FTR back into the conversation again, and just kind of ask her. Hold on, I lost my thought. I lost my thought. I lost my thought. I had it in my head. I had it in my head. I do want to ask Mrs. FTR. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask her if she had any, because obviously Billy races and her daughter races. I wanted to ask you if you have any intent on racing, either online or in test, or getting into a league. Billy could end up having 3 freaking racing rigs in there.
And before that question, let me ask: when Billy's gone, do you ever sneak into his room and jump on his car and drive it?
No, I'll jump on his car and play the fishing game.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
see,
I remember that.
I can see my wife walk by and look at mine every now and then. I say, "Go ahead, race it, dear," and she won't in front of me. But I truly think as soon as I leave, I think she jumps in here and runs the hell out of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'll race. I have a little bit of a temper, and I just want to turn left and just wreck them. So it's best if I just watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, you can be Billy's personal crew chief. You'll be the one to tell him, go
Hey,
get that guy. He ran India.
Yeah.
hey, I get critiqued enough by her, so it's all good.
I'm
I
sure.
say stay off that wall.
You've learned to take it with wisdom now, ain't you, Billy?
Yeah,
Most of the time, she's right anyhow.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So, leading us into our next topic, predictions. Or no, we haven't talked about the A League yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we talked about the C League, the B League. Now we have the A League, which we raced in two days ago. I don't have any comments for that. I finished dead last in my duel. What's your guys' comments? We had a lot of action. We had 31 guys show up for that, which is crazy. That's the biggest. I took the green for qualifying, and I'm like, look at all these cars in front of me, and I have to race against every one of them next Wednesday for points. So it's
And it's not
incredible.
just cars, man. If you look at the roster and see these names, see the guys that you got to pass to make that space up, is
Definitely.
unreal, man. The roster speaks for itself, man.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go through the lineup and just tell you
Yeah.
guys the starting lineup, and just the names that we've drawn is just I'm kind of speechless because I never thought, in a million years that we would ever get this big, but it's here. It's upon us. I mean, this is what we wanted, and this is what we got now. I mean, these are some of the biggest names on the game. So I'm gonna go through I'm gonna go through all 31 drivers that
Yeah.
qualified, and
Well, you
just
can
kind of go
skip
give you guys the
29th. You
names.
don't even need to mention 29th. You can go. You can say the rest of them.
All right, so we got on the pole starting for our A League. You got JCR JWoww is back. Second, you got FRR True Death. Third, you got Lynch 4D. Fourth, you got B Holcomb FTR. Fifth, you got Mike RPM. Sixth, you got FRR Pittman. Seventh, you got FTR Heavy Duty. Eighth, you got Prop. Ninth, you got Palm Coaster. 10th, you got JCR Clashing. 11th, you got It's Your Bro Chase. 12th, you got Rub On 'em. 13th, you got Street Machine. 14th, Sludge. 15th, Bad 5 Martin. 16th, JCR Titans 312. 17th, you got War 6216 FTR. 18th, you got Mac Attacking You. 19th, you got Itchy Bob Drew. 20th, you got Bad Fast Marley. 21st, NASCAR Extreme. 22nd, Dan the Man, MRL. 23rd, you got Reckless Racer. 24th, Mini 88 Cooper. 25th, Dark Knight. 26th, Hollywood DRS Stats. 17th, Honda DSR. 28th, Micah Edwards. 29th, Eagles 1548 FTR. 30th, Jay Tizzle FTR. And rounding out the field, 31st, Memphis Phoenix 9.
Man, what a list.
I mean,
That's crazy, and that's
it's
not even
unreal,
everybody.
right?
That's not even
I mean,
everybody.
that's
A lot of these guys, man, when I started out, are guys that I just heard about. I never got to race with, but you always heard people say, "Oh, this guy's fast. This guy's, pro league." And now to be able to finally race with these guys weekly, man, I'm honored, dude. I'm honored to be in this league and to race with these guys, man.
oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I
that's
mean,
that's a great field.
yeah, I mean, that's not even, you got guys, you got Robbie Racing that couldn't make it last week, but he will be in the field come next Wednesday. You got a couple guys that just, you got Far Forever. I'm sure
Oh
he'll
yeah,
probably be here for the Wednesday race. It couldn't make
RCR,
qualifying.
RCR didn't qualify either.
Yeah, you got
yep.
RCR. So I mean, we got 36 guys on the roster this season for A League. I mean,
That's insane.
it's unheard of.
And we have
Yep.
guys that want to come in. I actually had somebody that wanted to come in, and Billy told me, "Hey, he's full." It's like, what? When you're
Yep.
talking about cutting guys off at 16 because you can't get over a party chat. Guys say over 20, over 25. We're talking about not being able to add people to the freaking lobby because the stupid lobby's full. That's
And
insane.
it's not just getting 31 guys together, man. These 31 on this list are elite drivers. These guys
Yeah.
are all veterans. They're all big time racers, man. That's what they do, and it's an honor being in this field, man.
You
I mean,
could
it's a mixed bag,
seriously
right?
You could
I mean,
seriously split A, B, and C and have like full party chats, like 16 rosters. We could have 6 or 7 series. That's insane. We could have an F league if you split everybody up like that. I mean, that's
oh yeah. I
insane.
mean, the thing is, you got mixed bag, right? You got pro leaguers, you got elite drivers, you got what I call pro drivers. I mean, it's I don't know, man. I mean, just looking at the field. I didn't realize it today until I started putting it down on Facebook. I'm like, man, we really attracted all these guys. I mean, it's an honor. I mean, you got
Yeah.
you got guys that race in other leagues. I mean, it's awesome,
JCR
man.
McLovin will be running some with us also. He does a lot of help with the B guys. McLovin's always there to help a guy out. Much respect to him, and give him a shout out. But he'll be also racing with us some part time.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's unreal. I mean, it's kind of the same way, right? I mean, it's any track, any one of these guys got potential to win a
Yeah,
race. I mean,
definitely,
it's
definitely.
the playoff points in this series alone is going to be very, very, very hard to get
You,
because I mean, it's just
you're gonna have to be
the
consistent, man. You're gonna have to show up. You're gonna have to go after those stage points because with this field, you can't afford to slack off, man. You've got to come bringing your A game every race, man, and be ready to race.
yep, exactly, exactly. It's just I'm ready to drop the green at Daytona because I'm telling you right now,
Me
if
too.
you know this is what you dream about right here. I mean, this is hardcore racing right here. If you
Most
ain't
definitely.
if you ain't on the edge of your seat when you drop the green flag next Wednesday or or this coming Sunday or next Wednesday, you don't like racing.
That's 100%, man. 100%.
And you're gonna have guys that's gonna be a little bit nervous. Hell, I'm probably gonna be a little bit nervous myself because
Yeah.
I
Let
don't
me
want to
ask
mess
you
up.
too.
You know?
Even qualifying, did y'all grab your shifter a little harder and clench onto your wheel just a little bit harder before the green flag dropped? I know
Oh,
I did.
most definitely.
I know I did.
I had
You know?
both my hands on my steering wheel and didn't shift until it was time to shift
Yep.
because I spun her out once in practice. So I said I'll shift when the red line is screaming at me. But other than that, I got
Yep.
both hands on the wheel.
Me too, man. I was a little more tense, man, and the door was the same way. So
Oh yeah.
after a couple laps, I came in, but yeah, I was running on nothing but adrenaline there when the green flag dropped, even for qualifying, man. So
Oh yeah.
the
I mean,
the excitement is definitely there.
I mean, it's just a test to what we've became. We got the guys here. Hopefully we put on some awesome races all season by all three groups. All season. To keep everybody here, and I
Yeah.
think we got a good track history of that. And
Yep.
it's
Well,
just
that's where through the week, like I said, that's where it comes into FDR's favor, man. We're family through the week. We'll jump on. We'll start lobbies with you. We're anybody's there to help one another,
mhm.
and that's what builds a good friendship and a good family feeling, man. And then Sunday we get to battle it out. We get to race, see what you brought to the track, man. And I think that's a great formula, man, for a league.
It is, and it's it all starts with the elite drivers helping out the pro and the inexperienced guys. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
And that's where we thrive is helping each other, and that's what makes me so proud about this league is everybody's willing to pitch in and help somebody in need, and
Yep.
that's what it's all about. It's all about getting everybody better. That's what it's designed for, and put on great races every week.
Hey man, I remember being a newbie driver, had the game a couple days, driving all over the track, and wreck you at Texas, man. And instead of you getting on saying, "Oh, you son of a," and cuss me, what'd you do, man? You sent me a setup, and I was like, man, that is a cool way to show respect, man. To show like a brother
Yep.
feeling, man. And that's what you did for me. So if any time I can do that, that's just a payback for what you done for me, man.
Yep. Exactly, man. And that's what we do here. That's what we strive on.
Definitely. So, another topic that I wanted to touch on is FTR is not the only league having their season opener this week. I just added the 21st guy on the roster for Highside Racing League, which is running the same schedule as FTR this season. So,
Awesome.
looking into that, we are also going into our fourth season. I want to congratulate Billy once again on winning his championship last Monday. He is back-to-back champion, so that's cool. Um,
Very
Well,
cool.
thank you,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah, that's I don't know. I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to touch on the milestone or high side hit last week. With we never had less than 10 drivers race. Typically, we have sometimes 8, 6, 12, all throughout the season depending on the track. But
Yeah.
last season, we didn't have under 11 guys race all season long. We had 11 to 15 every single week. I think we had 16 one week. So that just showed the true dedication. We finally got a group of guys that would run every single week. The issue was we had 16 guys and 8 would show up. We had
Yeah.
16 guys and 12, 13, 14 showed up. And it just made for good racing every single week and kept everybody in the championship until the final race. We
Definitely,
restarted the
man.
points, went into the playoffs, and you had to earn it from there. And, I made mistakes, cost myself chances. Billy capitalized. Street was up there as well. I think Street finished second or third in the standings.
Yeah, he did.
He had a better shot at winning the championship than, I did in the last week of the season. So, Billy earned his championship. I wanted to congratulate him on that. Thanks to everybody who ran in high side last season. Super incredible. And we're moving into our fourth season as well with 21 guys in the roster. I added our 21st guy today, so I'm really excited for that.
Congrats, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I came in late on that league, but man, I have a ball in there. I highly recommend anybody that's in any league, but FTR, like Eagles said, we're running the same schedule. Eagles is running it in there as FTR, and I highly recommend anybody to jump in there and run, man. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah,
it takes the
exactly. I
pressure
mean,
off. It's all
it
fun.
does.
Yeah,
It does. And me and Eagles talk. We was wanting to get this league going back, and super proud of Eagles. What he's done with High Side. Coming into season 4, and this season, if you look at the roster there, I mean, we got a lot of top names there as well. I wish we had a little bit more, but I think eventually we'll get there. We got another broadcaster coming on board, and hopefully we can get the name out there, and hopefully we can put some great races on, for the fans, and we can attract more guys. And who knows? I mean, High Side can get as high, as big or bigger than FTR. I mean, we
yeah.
may have another group next season. It just depends on, what kind of guys we can get to join in. I mean, right now, we're looking for anybody, just to come in, give people a chance to race and have fun, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
high
So
side is definitely the place to do that, man. Eagles has got a great thing going on over there. Up and
yeah,
coming, man. The competition is extremely strong over there. I ran the last 3-4 races maybe, and the competition's right there. So if you're looking to get faster, if you're looking to practice the race before FTR, you should get in there and join high side, man. And you
yeah,
do
most
take
definitely.
part timers also, right, Eagles?
Yep.
Yep.
This season we'll take anybody.
Yeah. So yeah, I
And
recommend high side.
and one good thing about this season, the upcoming season 4 for High Side is season-ending champion will receive a trophy this year coming up.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's something to add to a little bit of a twist to the High
Yeah.
Side. So yeah, um, looking for great things for High Side, for this season. Really excited about getting it going. Like War said, like Eagle said, we're following the same schedule as FTR. High Side runs on Mondays, FTR runs on Wednesdays, and it's a good practice. A great
Definitely.
practice for upcoming for FTR. So, we want it. When me and the Eagles went into this, we want it as big as FTR, and I think it can get there.
Yep.
Um, we just gotta showcase our talent when we hit the track, and make good races for the fans, and we'll get there, no doubt.
Awesome. Yes.
Definitely. And to add to that, one thing I want to say is appreciate Billy for chipping in and offering the trophy for next season. That's something I haven't been able to do. We've gone 3 seasons, we've crowned 3 champions, and not other than maybe bragging race. There's not a whole lot to show for it. Like I said, it's all for fun. But there's going to be, thanks to Billy, a little bit more on the line for next season. So that's really
Yeah,
exciting as
that that's
well.
that's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I wanted to go ahead and read off the roster for FTR. We have 21 guys on here, starting off with Billy.
For high side.
For the high side.
Okay.
We have 21 guys in the roster, starting off with Billy. Rub on them. You're going to see guys from A, B, and C League on here, and then you're going to see some
Yep.
guys that are not in FTR. So it's just everybody coming together, like I said. Starting off with Billy, we have Rub Bonham, Nowinski, JD, Blazin, myself, NASCAR Extreme, Rambo, Lynch, Chargers, Memphis, Finagi, RCR Street, Tizzle, Hardcore Bubba. Pretty Boy James is returning this season. Micah, Tone Touch, Big Rig War, and Shady Acres will be joining us this season. He
It's a great
broadcasted
field,
us last
man.
season. Yeah.
So I mean, you
So,
know what impresses me the most, honestly, is I see a lot of our B and C league drivers getting in on the action
Yep.
on Monday nights,
yep,
and it's just, that's what it's all about, right? I mean, these guys getting this extra practice in. Yeah, they've already ran their race already for that week, but it's just more practice. I mean,
Hey,
it's
that you've got to have a little more. If you're wanting to take that trophy home, you've got to have an edge on your component, man. If you can get in there and run and be able to make a tweak or two, pick up a tenth here or there to get that edge, that's how you're gonna get the trophy.
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. I mean, I guess Miss FTR could probably explain it, but how much practice I actually put in every week. So, it's not always of just tweaking setups. It's running the lines,
Getting that groove, you've taught me
getting in the
tons on
groove in the
that groove,
track,
man.
doing pits,
Yep, yep,
pitting over and over and over and over, trying to get the best, trying to figure out the best line in the pits. I mean, there's thinking about strategies, practicing strategies. I mean, there's a lot of things to.
yes.
It's a lot of things other than just setups. Yeah, a
Then
setup
yep,
can make
yep,
you go fast, but if you don't know how to drive the setup, then
exactly.
it's not going to do you any
Yep,
good.
yep.
So
Man,
it's a lot
hey,
of
this
time.
season Pitts is going to be huge, dude. It's going to be so huge. That's something I've got to work on myself. But you're going to be able to make a ton of ground or lose a ton of ground here, Pitts, this season, man.
Oh, for most definitely. I mean, that's probably one of the most critical things in racing is pit road. If
Yes,
you can gain a lot of time on pit road, and you can lose a lot of you can win races on pit road, and you can lose races on pit road. And
you
Definitely.
you try to
it's
pick
going to
up
be
that extra
more.
4 tenths getting in a little quicker, but then lose 15 seconds to a black flag, man. Oh, it's a horrible feeling.
Yep,
Slow down,
exactly.
driver. You're going too fast. When you hear that, you know, oh man.
Yep, exactly. So
So yeah, Pitts is huge.
I'm real anxious. I mean, I'm real anxious for both leagues this season. I think we're going to have some great things. Uh, Also, I want to mention something right quick. I think we may have a sponsor coming on board. I'm not going to announce anything yet, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there a little bit. It's been kind of in the works a little bit,
Yeah,
but
That's
it's
cool.
possible
that's awesome.
FTR could have their
Yeah,
first sponsor.
yeah, that would be great, man.
So look for that. I mean, it's details to come. It's just when I finalize everything. But yeah, I thought that was awesome. So just got to
Great
work out a little
news.
bit of details.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah. So something else I wanted to touch on tonight is we've kind of recapped the Daytona duels, which there was a ton of action in all three series. You're gonna go ahead and multiply the field. You're gonna double the field in C, double the field in B. We're doubling it in A as well. So going into our first points paying race, you're gonna have twice as many cars out there on the track. What's your guys' strategy going into the race, and what do you kind of have to avoid? You guys mentioned pit road penalties, but does wrecks ever come into factor? Because you can repair your car. Unlike real life, if you get wrecked out, you're done. You can repair your car, so it's just a loss of track position, which can hurt. What do you kind of look for there? Do you go for stage points, or do you give up stage points to try to get the win? Partners is a big deal. What's your guys' take on that? We've done a lot of super speedway racing. It's where everybody starts at. What's your guys' take
Me,
on that?
I'm not as fast as some of these guys like Billy and you, and so the moment the flag drops, I'm racing for every position that I can get, man. I'm racing. I know it's good to have patience and lay back, but at this point, I'm wanting to hit my pits perfect. I don't count in for wrecks because
But
usually
racing?
a lot of cautions haven't been coming out. But this season, man, I've got to run my own race. I can't worry about what the guy in front of me is doing, the guy behind me. I've got to stay in the groove,
Definitely.
man. I've got to race the track as hard as I can for every second that I'm on that track, man. And that's my game plan right now. Just to run as hard and clean and be respectful, but I'm gonna have the valves coming out of the engine on the 88, man. I'm gonna run it.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of got the same mentality. I mean, the stage points are going to be huge. Um, I'm going to try to hunt the front. I mean,
Yep.
that's kind of my game plan. That's the only game plan I got is if I can get to the front, I'm going to try to stay there. And especially in Daytona, if I got, a lot of us guys got a lot of track history at super speedways, and we kind of know how to race super speedways and win races. And it's going to come down to having you sync and hitting pit road and coming off at pit road together, because I think if
Yep.
you
Yep.
if you get separated on pit road, or if you get singled out by yourself, it's gonna be really hard to win a race, and
Yeah. Now,
especially
now
somewhere like Daytona.
here at Daytona, I may lay back just simply for the fact of draft. I don't wanna get in a 3 or 4 wide situation, man, and cost my race. So depending on who I'm around is depend on the moves I'm gonna make, man.
Yep, that's very
Definitely.
true. I mean, you kind of know who's gonna do what somewhat. I mean, you got a little bit of taste of it in the practice, in the
Yep.
dual race, but I think you're gonna see a lot of different guys do a lot of different things when it comes race time, because
I I
that's
seen
when
the
all the marbles are on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Seen the yep. I seen the JCR guys working real good on that high side, man. They had a smooth line going. Them boys is getting around the track good. I
Yeah, I
think
mean it's
I think that's a race team to watch out for. Sludge is great on that high side. There's some guys that are just great up there, man, and that's the kind of guys I'm looking for.
yeah, exactly. I mean I think if I can get to the front top, if I think if I get in the top five, it's going to be very very hard to get down starting on the
Yep.
outside. Um, I think if I can get in line top five, I think I may ride for a while. Just to kind of feel how things go out.
Yeah,
But if I get an
definitely.
opportunity to get that number one position at any time, I'm gonna go for it.
Yep. Well,
Definitely.
that was me and Eagles in the duel. I think we were third and fourth, and I told Eagles, "You ready to make a run for the front?" And it was like 3 or 4 laps in. We tried it, but that's what it's all about, man.
It
It is. I
is.
mean, it's
So if the chance is there, I'm gonna take it.
it's a chance, right? I mean,
Yep,
I
that's
watched the
what it is.
race. I watched the race, and I seen the Eagles lay back, and he dove out to make a move, and nobody went with him.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
and
that's
that
kind of
happens too, man. That happens too.
I was
it's just
second and laid back and tried to pass JWoww, and I went high, and I seen the guys behind me stayed low, and I'm like, you
Yep.
gotta be
see,
kidding me.
see you, Eagles.
And I went
yep.
from
You go all the way to the back.
I went from second to like 15th, dead last. And that's where
Yep.
you end up getting a risk of getting in a wreck. I got in a wreck, got pitted, went a lap down, and now I'm starting 29th in the race.
Yep,
So
you end up
all
getting back
the
there, and then you get a little impatient, and yeah,
yeah, I
you're
didn't want
not
to
gonna
run
go good.
second. I wanted to be
Yep,
first. Now I'm starting 29th.
yep, we've all been there.
I know, right? And that's
So
that's the thing. It's if you make a move like that and nobody goes with you, nobody commits. It's just it's hard to gonna become it's gonna be very very
it's
hard to make your way back to the front.
it's an empty feeling you get when you look back there and they all know to the inside on you.
Yep, exactly, man. And then just hope you don't lose the draft.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
there's
definitely,
a lot of factors. I think you're gonna see. I could be wrong, but I think you're gonna see a lot of guys on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah.
probably. Everybody wants to protect because they know what happens. Everybody has experience. These are all experienced races that we talked about before. They know what happens and you get left out.
Yep. So I think you guys gonna see. I think guys are gonna be a little timid about jumping out unless you got. It just depends. I mean, if you got 20 cars lined up, it's gonna be hard for 4 cars to pull out.
It is.
I mean, it's. I think you're gonna win your races, man, on pit road, dude. I honestly
Yeah,
think
you
so.
will. But I'll
You
tell you
could.
this: I'm not racing for 11th. If I'm anywhere in that area, I'm gonna try to be on the mic. I'm gonna try to get a high line going, man, because I'm not
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
happy running mid pack or back of the pack. I'm not gonna be happy running second. I'm gonna be on my mic and I'm gonna see if I can get guys. It's all about winning, man. That's what we're here to do. So it
That's
should be a
it.
ton of fun, man.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, that does kind of lead us into what'll probably be our final major topic before we kind of do minor touch-ups on things. Want to thank you guys for coming out with us tonight, and with that being said, we're gonna go into predictions. We kind of like to end it off with predictions. Going into this week, we have A, B, and C League. Starting off with C League. What's your guys' predictions there? And we're gonna get Miss FTR in on this too. Starting off with Billy. What's your prediction for C League?
Oh man.
I know what it better be.
I got,
Yep.
I got two picks, I guess. My first pick, I gotta go with my girl Macy, man. Uh,
Good pick.
I think, I think she's gonna learn a ton, and I, I tell you what, Dad's gonna be really, really nervous, and Dad's gonna be on the edge of his seat broadcasting. But I think she's got a good head on her. I know she's got a good car. Um, yeah, I'm going with Macy. And
Good
then
pick.
my other pick is he's done a hell of a job in C League, and he's put in a ton of work. I know he's a good super speedway racer, and I'm gonna go with Shady.
Shady's a great pick, man. Shady's really got it together at Daytona.
That's my two picks.
All right, War, you're up. What's your prediction for this
Uh,
week for C League?
my my prediction to win the race is going to be Big Rig. Big Rig got it done
Outside
in the
pull.
duels. Big Rig has put the time in. I think Big Rig has got the car. My dart pick, a guy you may not even know the name, but I did some practice with him, and he had a great car, and that's a Blue Pit 614 in the 19. I look for him to also have a good run. He's starting towards the back of the pack, but I believe he'll make his way up there and be a contender for sure.
Definitely. I'm not sure if Miss FTR has the list in front of her. Billy could probably help her with that. What's your prediction, Miss FTR, for the C League?
Oh, well, I got to go with baby girl.
Macy.
Absolutely, all the way.
Okay.
That's a good pick, man. Macy can
Yeah.
get around that track.
Yeah. So that's a couple picks. So you got no question of Miss FTR and Billy. Obviously, they're gonna go with Macy. Billy also went with Shady.
Who you got,
War
Eagles?
War went with Big Rig. Um, I actually am gonna have an easier time picking this week than what I did last week. Last week I didn't have a clue who was what going in, and I think I went with Smooth Puppy in the C League last week, and he's actually starting last this week. He's a good racer. I know Smooth Puppy, but I'm not gonna go with Smooth Puppy this week. I got the opportunity to broadcast the duels, so I seen firsthand who was what. So for the C League, it's two picks, but I'm gonna go with the 11 of In a Little Town, and the reason I'm going with him is, he led every single lap of his duel, but he held
Perfect
a
lines, man. Perfect
straight
lines.
line all the way around the track. Off of his line, you would think it'd be B League material, maybe A League, by his line holding. Obviously, we have to know his speed and driver ability at other tracks, but line holding, I say he's a definite contender for C League. And if he
Definitely.
doesn't win it, I gotta go with the 5 of Bleachy Bones. And the reason I'm saying that is because these two, Bleachy Bones had several opportunities to go out and pass the 11 car, and he stuck on his bumper, even coming to the line. So those
Yep.
guys, we talked about it earlier. You need partners. You need partners to win a race, get on and off pit road. Those two, he added In a Little Town to the chat the day of the duels, and he never left his bumper, which tells us, without being told, those
Teammates.
two knows each other and they're teammates. So
Yep.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
go
you're
with
gonna
the
need.
11 of In a Little Town. I think that's a pretty
Good
Yeah,
good
I think
picks,
pick.
that's some
man.
good picks.
Yep.
I, I was very impressed with those two guys when I was able to watch the duels, and I do. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with this season, and looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Me too. That leads us into our B series. Starting off, maybe War. You want to start us off with the B League?
Yeah, I've got a couple guys. I'm gonna go with the number 24 of Nowinski. Winsky's put a ton of time in this week. He's ordered him a new T150 wheel, so he should have that good smooth straight line. I'm going with my boy in the 24 Winsk, and my dark horse will be the number 9 of Bronco, man.
Good picks.
That
Those
Yeah,
are
that
so I'm
those were
on.
both contenders last season.
Yep. That's my picks for the B.
I've been, I did a lot. I did the broadcast, and I got to watch a lot of these guys get around the track. And one of the guys I was most impressed with was Bo Hunter. Um, he kind of got shuffled out of the draft there. Kind of lost the draft and had a late race caution. He was able to catch back up. He made his
Yep.
way back to the front. He also won a duel too. So one of my picks is going to be Bo Hunter.
Yes.
Blazing. He's always been an awesome super speedway racer. He also does a lot of great racing, not at super speedways, and he's going to be a contender as well. So I'm about to go with Blazing as well.
Definitely.
And I think my other pick is I got to go with my man Bronco. Talked to him a lot. He's put in a lot of work, and he's always fast. He's a great strategist. He knows how to strategize and put himself in position to win races. And
I was
I'm gonna
I
go
was
with
practicing.
Bronco as well.
I was practicing with Bronco the other day in practice, and Bronco was really smart on how far to get back to get the run to complete the pass. So yeah, Bronco has the knowledge to get that car in victory lane.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely. B League has a lot of guys that are really similar in driver talent, speed, knowledge, know-how, etc. Miss FTR, what's your pick going into the B League this week? I'm not sure if you have the roster in front of you.
Well, if it ain't somebody that Billy said, I don't know many of the drivers except Heavy and War and Eagles and Macy and Shady. So if I don't know anybody in the B League, to be honest.
Hey, good answer. At least it's honest.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we can leave it at that, and then you'll know a bunch of guys from the A League.
Yeah.
So we'll get you back in for the A League. My pick, I was actually just looking at the starting lineup for B League, and it's really tough. Like I said, I went with the in a little town and Bleachy Bones because of obviously they were up front, led every lap, and they were consistent. They 11 held his line, and they worked together. That was the big thing. They worked together. I look at the B League and I see guys that are gonna work together. I look at JD and Blazin. I look at JD and anybody, but I see mainly JD and Blazin. I looked at some guys, and I like Brewster Baker. He's a veteran on this game. I've known him as long as I've known anybody. Back when I went, he was racing an FRR before I started on this game. He was racing in their B series, and I think I went with him last week. I either went with him or JD last week. But I was watching the B League races, and he kept pulling out, and he tried to make passes on his own, and he just couldn't complete it. And I just, you got to work with people, you got to push people to make passes, and you can't do it on your own. So that's the only thing keeping me. Brewster Baker definitely has his speed. He's a good guy. I like Brewster. I've known him for a while. I'm not going to go with Brewster this week. I look at Bo Hunter. He's made a major improvement. I think he's the one starting on the pole this week, so I'm not going to go with Bo Hunter. I like Bronco. Bronco's a good pick. I think I got to go with JD again this week. Either JD or Blazin. Whoever's the one in front. If it's JD pushing Blazin, or if it's Blazin pushing JD, whoever's the one in front, I believe is going to be the one coming to the line. It's survival of the fittest. It takes luck.
That's two veterans getting around there, knowing how teamwork and strategy
Exactly.
works. That's a great pick, man. Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, I want to give a shout out right quick to one of our YouTube viewers. Seems like a super nice guy. Glad to have him in the league, and super excited for him to get his racing career going. And I'm glad he chose FTR. That's my man Brandon B. Me 21. I've talked to him a couple days here, and just want to give him a shout out and say, we really appreciate having you, buddy. And
yeah, shout out to
we're gonna
Brandon.
be
Hey, what's
definitely
up,
watching
Brandon?
you on the racetrack, and yeah, just excited to have him, man. He seems really pumped up, and just just glad to have guys like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's awesome.
He's just another one of them guys just trying to showcase their talent, and FTR is a great place to do it. You get to move your way up. That's kind of the benefit. You know, you start in the lower series and you move your way up, and that's a good thing to see guys like him, you know, new guys come in and just try to showcase their talent in C League.
Definitely.
So,
Yep.
be cool to see what he can do in C League.
Yep. Shout out to Brandon. What's up, Brandon?
So, moving on to our last series, the A League, where we have 150 guys to choose from. Billy, you want to start us off for your picks in A League?
Oh,
You
yeah,
have
I guess
2,000
so.
choices.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be real. So,
I better get looking.
you know, I gotta go with myself. Um,
Yep.
you know, I said that, you know, from day one. I just got confidence in myself. You know, I got great teammates around me, and I gotta go with HMS, baby. I mean, B Holcomb is my first pick. My second pick, if I gotta go, if I'm gonna pick three guys. So I got myself. My number two pick, um, I got to go with my man War. Uh, he's showcased he can get around these super speedways. He's our defending champion. So I got to go with War. And I think my third pick is I got to go with Itchin' Bro Chase, man.
Yep.
He's unbelievably talented. You know, in one of these cars, he can put the car anywhere. He's fast. He's smart. He's strategic. Um, yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah, bro Chase is he's just an unreal fast guy, man. No matter what track you put the kid on, he's getting around it. He's getting around it in a hurry, man. Bro
And I
Chase
got
is,
and I got one more. I'm gonna go with another dark horse, and he's won a lot of races. He's big time. He's probably one of the best in the business. I got to go with Mike RPM too, because he's gonna be right there as well.
Definitely, those are good picks, and you would think because well, you just picked four guys, you have a good chance of getting it right. There's like 31 guys, and they're all extremely fast. So, there's a lot of other guys that you didn't mention, and War. What's your picks?
my pick is I'm like Billy, man. I'm picking myself first because if you don't truly think that you're going to win this race, I promise you, the guy behind you and the guy in front of you thinks he's going to win it. If you don't think you're going to win it, man, you're going to be holding somebody up. You don't need to be on the track. So I'm going with the 88 first. My other two picks would be the one of Billy. I work great with Billy around super speedways. We seem to have our pits down. I really like teaming up with Billy, and I think we can get it done. My other pick, a guy that's super hungry. He's been quiet. You didn't even really notice him getting as high. I think he finished fourth in the duels. He's been real low key, but I know he's hungry and he's ready for a win. And that's FTR Heavy Duty 420 in the 19. Watch out for him. He's coming.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, there's a lot of guys to choose from, and there you can't go wrong with the pick in A League. That's a fact. We're gonna get Mrs. FTR in on this. You should know some people in the A League. What's your picks?
Eagles, I think you're going to come from the back and win.
I hope so. I like that. I like
Nice.
that. I got
Yeah,
past
yeah.
28 cars to get there, but hey, I hope so. I'll take
You
it.
can do it. Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Eagles is my pick.
Goal. I like it.
Good pick, man. Eagles
I like
is
it.
on rails.
Yeah, I like it. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Miss FTR. Billy
Uh-oh.
giving her the stink eye.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
Yep.
All right, so that leaving me with the last pick. I have a couple guys that I wanted to shout out. I'm gonna save the last one that's my legit pick, and I have a reasoning for that. Like I said, I pick all my guys based off of when it comes to Daytona, when it comes to teamwork. But I just have an odd feeling about he did win the duel. He's not starting on the pole. He's starting outside pole. That's true death. He has a lot of friends. He has he's quick. He was racing in FRR A League when I started on the game, and he actually did do a little bit of coaching with me, so I have a ton of respect for True Death. I've known him for a long
Yeah.
time. He has a lot of friends on the racetrack. He holds an incredibly steady line, and he has made as much progress on this game as I have. So True Death is going to be one of my picks. Like Billy said, you can't go wrong with It's Your Bird Chase. I've watched him pull guys to the win as a lap car. So It's Your Bird Chase has definitely got to be up there on the list as long as his PlayStation doesn't blow up.
Yep. Yep.
He'll be a good pick. And my last pick is what I was talking about, teamwork. I think I went with Clashton last week. I'm going to go with his buddy JWoww this week. He's starting from the pole. He's in great position.
Yep.
I pushed him to the lead in the dual race and tried to get by him and got left out. And he's just incredibly fast. And
Yep.
JWoww he raced in high side. He actually won the championship in either our first or second season. I forget which one it was. So that's cool.
I think it's the first one.
It was the first one because you won every one since then. That's right. So it was the first one where JWoww won the championship. I have a ton of respect for JWoww. He's incredibly fast. He's very clean, and he's just him and Clashing and Titans as well now. All the JCR group and up McLovin races, and there'll be 4 JCR guys to contend with. And Clashing's starting 10th, so 9 positions behind him. So I'm really excited. JWoww's going to be my main pick, but my dark horse will be True Death, and my pick will also be Chase. You can't bet against Chase.
Okay,
So
can't go wrong with any of those guys, man.
No, you can't go
any
wrong
of
with
them.
any of them. Can't
Feel
go wrong
pretty-
with anybody. I mean,
No.
it's I could name any guy. I'm gonna tell you one guy that impressed me a lot too is probably don't get a lot of recognition or whatever, but was Palm Coaster.
Yep. Yep.
He did
Maybe.
a really awesome job. I seen it. I watched the broadcast and everything, and just kind of watched him run a little bit. He held his own. He's not a. I don't know if he's a big name guy. I don't know him personally, but he got some good recognition from Minnie Cooper, and he held his own, and he's got a good starting position. So, but any of these guys, man, any of these guys can win. I mean,
Another guy, man, that was extremely fast in the duels and may not get a lot of shout outs, but Rub, man, Rub on him
Yep.
was absolutely wiring that line out, man, holding one of the smoothest lines that I'd seen, man. So watch out for Rub and that 00.
yeah, most
Definitely.
definitely. Yep.
Well, that's going to conclude it for our picks. And I don't think there's anything else I wanted to touch on. If there's something else you guys wanted to bring up, go ahead. One thing I did want to say was next week will be Texas. So that'll be our first non-super speedway race of the season. Just going to shout out that. We'll also be going there in high side as well. And Lugnut will be our guest next week. That leads me into thanking War and Mrs. FTR for joining us tonight. Really honored to have you guys with us tonight and joining us. And we have a full roster for the entire season, and you guys helped fill that out. So thank you, Mrs. FTR, and thank you, War, for joining us tonight as well.
Thanks a lot for having me, guys. Thanks a lot.
Definitely.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, most definitely. One thing I want to say is on behalf of FTR, I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight.
Yep.
We value your feedback, so if you got questions, you got something you want us to talk about, or whatever, just shoot us a message on the broadcast, and just want to say thanks. I mean, without you guys, with all the fans and all the racers and supporters, FTR wouldn't be what it is now. So we're gonna do our best to bring you great action every week and keep you on the edge of your seat and just have some fun and put on some great races.
That's it.
Definitely.
Like my good brother Heavy Duty says, we are FTR, so let's get it.
Yes, sir.
It's who we are. Alright, guys. Thank you once again for War and Mrs. FTR for joining us tonight. Thank you for everybody who tuned in tonight. And thank you to everybody who makes FTR what it is. And that's going to do it. Episode 3 is complete. Thank you for everybody who has tuned in tonight. And peace out till next week.
Yes, sir.